Welcome to Gulfport, Florida, home to the artist, the musician, the poet, and the weirdo. No, really, the town slogan is Keep Gulfport Weird. This quaint and eccentric hippie town is known for its embrace of all things weird. If you visit Gulfport, you will experience a friendly smile and wave hello, Saturday night art walks where the locals sell their unique handmade creations, colorful houses, and an even more colorful community. You will experience an overall acceptance that will wrap its arms around you and make you sell everything you own so you can call Gulfport your new home. I myself live in this beautiful little town and can attest to everything that has been said so far. I love walking my pups down to the beach, seeing familiar smiling faces along the way, and stopping at my local watering hole, Low Tide Kava Bar. The town's history is one of significance for the surrounding greater St. Pete area. Dating back to 1528, the Spanish explorer Panfilo de Narvaez came ashore on the nearby shores of the Boca Ciega Bay and launched his conquest across the peninsula from the shores of this little town. Encountering the local Tocobaga tribe, who called the peninsula home for thousands of years, genocide and murder would follow Panfilo and his men as they marched northward towards the capital city of Tocobaga. A main archaeological site was established a few miles down the road and would be made into a park that houses one of the main Tocobaga temple burial mounds. Later, in the 19th century, James and Rebecca Barnett settled in the area, initially naming it Barnett's Bluff. The community underwent several name changes, including Diston City and Veteran City, before officially becoming Gulfport on October 12, 1910. In 1903, the streetcar was introduced to the city, which created a connection to St. Pete, making way for tourism to the surrounding beaches. Over the years, Gulfport has stood fast to its old Florida roots by preserving its historical charm of brick-lined streets, original cottages, and overall old Florida charm. As day turns into night, a haunted darkness creeps over the town like a fog, enveloping the shore during the cool spring months. A different, spookier kind of history is told by the town as the old residents come to life and begin to interact with the living. Gulfport is home to some well-known and documented haunted locations such as the Old Peninsula Inn. Built in 1905, the Historic Peninsula Inn has played many roles in its 120-year history. Originally, it was built as the Bayview Hotel, which became a 40-room hospital during both World Wars. During the wars, the building experienced traumatic loss from soldiers losing their lives from wounds that occurred while overseas fighting a foreign enemy. After World War II, the inn was named the Cedars of Sinai, which was a rehabilitation hospital for the veterans of both World Wars. Once the Cedars of Sinai closed its doors, it became a home for elderly men and continued its practice through the 1980s. The building later became the inn that it is today, but the spirits of those who passed inside the building still haunt the hallways of the Peninsula Inn. From footsteps heard in the dead of the night to voices that seemingly come from nowhere, the building has widely been known as the most haunted location in Gulfport, and furthermore, one of the most haunted locations in the entire Pinellas County area. The main ghost that is seen and heard is the Lady in White, also known as Isabel. Though the paranormal activity has been deemed overtly friendly, guests still continue experiencing the hauntings of the historic Peninsula Inn of Gulfport, Florida. Gulfport is also home to a haunted casino. Not a casino in the same regards as you would think. There are no slot machines or gambling, but think of an old dance hall where weddings, high school dances, and community events would take place. The now standing Historic Casino is actually not the first casino to be built here on the waterfront portion of downtown Gulfport. The first casino was built in 1906 on a dock that was used to push out further into the Boca Ciega Bay. Unfortunately, in the 1920s, a major hurricane would rip through the town, destroying the casino, and the town would be forced to rebuild. A second casino rose up on slender stilts over the water in 1922 to much fanfare. The public was ecstatic for the new construction of their once favorite casino. The Gulfport Casino would find its way into the list of historical places and would also find its place on the list of paranormal enthusiasts. From shadowy dancing figures seen hovering over the waters of the Boca Ciega Bay, to voices inside the casino, and even a ghostly cat. By the way, the ghost cat was indeed once a real cat, and his name was Morris. He was adopted by the town after he arrived at the casino one day and never left. The town would erect a small statue for Morris and place his ashes inside to be sealed forever. Morris found his way to his forever home just outside the rear of the casino to live out the rest of his days among the people he loves. Now that we know the history of this beautiful little town and some of the paranormal history, come with me as we take a stroll to two of these very haunted locations in search of the residents of Gulfport's past. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome back to another special episode of Man vs. Ghost, y'all. I'm in my little hometown, small town of Gulfport. I'm walking around the city blocks looking for haunted goodness. Cool thing about this little town here is there are some well-documented haunted places here. So we're going to walk to them, maybe do like a little ghost tube session. Well, just hop around these city streets. So I'm going to take y'all into an intimate look at the haunted history of Gulfport. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're walking down towards the water. We're walking towards the Boca Ciega Bay. And what's cool about Boca Ciega Bay is that's where the Spanish conquistador Panfilo de Narvaez, he landed. A storm actually blew his ship into the bay, and he landed just down the road at Jungle Prada. I've done a video there at the Indian burial mound. And what followed was genocide. So, unfortunately, that happened, but karma would bite his ass, and he ended up dying before he could make it to Mexico. So let's go. Let's walk down towards the water. It's a little dark back in here. So Gulfport is a cool little hippie town. If y'all ever make it down this way, we got bright colored houses. You can, go barefoot into the stores, and it's kind of got a small town feel to it where a lot of the same faces and people. So you'll be driving around and people start waving at you and calling out your name. Really cool. I love this little town. But last year we had a terrible storm season. And Hurricane Milton came rolling through, and all of these homes down here next to the water, which I got lucky because I live a few blocks down behind, and by the police department. And we're high enough to where we don't get flooding like that. But the storm surge came in to all these houses and just flooded and destroyed people's homes. I actually had a friend of a friend pass away in the storm, because down here in Gulfport, in Boca Ciega Bay, we have a sailboat community, and he passed away during the storm. So one of the urban legends here is there's to be said and seen a dancing spirit out on the water where the old casino went out. And they built the new casino a little further inland, not much. But the old one used to go out towards the Boca Ciega Bay. And they say the casino's haunted too. So let's go check it out. So we're going to walk down this way. And I think the first spot I'm going to show y'all is the Peninsula Inn. And y'all can Google it. It's a well-documented haunted place. It was a World War II hospital back in the day. It was a nursing home. So that building has now been transformed into like a hotel and spa. But that place has seen a lot of death. So the resident ghost that haunts that building is Isabel. Alright, so we're going to walk over here. And this is downtown Gulfport. Right here. So really cool little town. And what's neat is over here at the post office, that last storm we had, it actually blew the new sign off the building and it exposed the old original building. Really cool. Let's go take a look at it. So during the storm, there's a casino down there. So all of this was underwater by about 5 or 6 foot. So all these storefronts in here got flooded. It's just one of the perks of living here in Florida, especially on the coast, is when the hurricanes come around, we get hit pretty hard. But here's the old post office sign that got exposed from the storm. Pretty cool, huh? At least I thought so. I've been living down here for a few years now and absolutely love it. Love it down here in Gulfport. Y'all come check it out. This is the Peninsula Inn. So back in World War II, I know it's hard to see. Let me see if I can bump up the ISO. This building right here, World War II, it was a hospital. Then it was a nursing home. But now it's like a resort, hotel. But they say on the second floor up there is where you hear the footsteps and the running around in the middle of the night. So let's walk back here in the back and let's do us a little ghost tube session, huh? Put the ghost tube on, see if we get any kind of responses that match with the history here of the building. So we're looking for like Isabel, looking for hospital, injury, gunshot, things like that. This was a hospital back in the day. So I'm back here behind the building right now. And I'm gonna pull out ghost tube real quick. And let's see if we get anything out here. Now comment down below too, if y'all like to see me maybe rent out a room here, the Peninsula. It is a well-documented location for haunted activity. I could do that. I'm only right down the street, so I could see whatever their most haunted room is rented out. Stay the night. Put up some static cameras and let it just record all night. Alright guys, so ghost tube getting turned on. And let's try it out. I can't focus in because I only got one hand. Alright, are there any spirits out here with us? It's not. I'm listening. Oh, it says I'm listening. Okay. Well, if you're listening, can you repeat this word I'm saying? Coffee.
That'd be really cool if the app said coffee. I'm trying to do experiments with these apps. I'm taking them to places that aren't haunted, taking them to places that are haunted, and I want to see what the difference is on the answers that it puts out. If you come up to this device right here on the ground, could you make it say coffee? Seemed like it was more active at my house. Or it said more words at my house. Oh, that's weird. It said, "Are you sick?" Okay, this was a hospital. So that is a little weird. No, I'm not sick.
Manifest.
And it just said manifest. So let's go look and see if maybe they're going to manifest in the windows.
What year is it?
What year is it? Well, it's 2025. What year is it for you? It's a pretty cool building. It's really old. So, it's an old building, been around for a long time. I think they just renovated most of the inside too. So, they just renovated, I think, all the rooms. So if y'all make it down to Gulfport and you're looking for some lodging, this is a really nice place to stay. And you just might get a ghost. That'd be pretty cool. So we're standing over here by the bar portion, which is named Isabel after the ghost. We're going to try out this ghost tube for another minute or two. And then we'll push it down to the casino. Now the casino is still fenced off from the damage of the storm. But we'll walk around it. Because supposedly there's a ghost cat scene there too. And what's really cool is Gulfport made a statue for this cat. And the cat's name is Morris. So y'all remember that word for later in the video. If we get Morris on the ghost tube, that'd be kind of weird. Kind of weird. Is it paranormal? Probably not, but still strange. Y'all comment down below. What's the temperature where you're at? Here it's about, feels like about 80, 81, 82. About 10 o'clock at night. So it takes Florida a little bit before it starts cooling down. I mean, we still have good beach days all the way through December. January is when it kind of starts cooling down a little bit. Alright, so ghost tube's quiet. Seemed like it was a little more active at my house, but my theory is I think EMF makes it go off. So we're going to jump down to the casino now. We did get Are You Sick on here. And if you remember, this was a nursing home.
Maybe.
Maybe. It said maybe. Yeah, it was a nursing home and then a World War II hospital. It says, I don't know. Well, I do know. We're going down the casino. Let's go. Who the hell is that? Oh, it's you. Got a little something on the lens. A little bit better, huh? Just about there. Perfect. Would you look at that? It's a like button, and it was on the lens. Look what I got today. This is a subscribe button. Make sure you hit both of these and let's get into today's video. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're down here by the water. It is windy tonight, so if there's a little bit of wind picked up on the mic, I'm going to try and clean it up as much as I can. But if there is wind, I'm sorry. So we're down here by the fishing pier, and I could have sworn someone just said my name, but I don't know who the hell that was. So down here by the fishing pier to the right is the casino. But this fishing pier right here, I guess it's not really a fishing pier. You can fish off it, but it's just a pier. Some of it got damaged during the storm. But let's walk out, see if maybe we can see the dancing spirit that people talk about. Oh, it closes at dusk. That's silly. All right, so let's go over here by the casino then. So here's Boca Ciega Bay. That would have been where Panfilo de Narvaez landed. And he would have landed, I think, that way, towards Jungle Prada. But he landed there, I think it was like 1560 something. So people talk about, you know, the Mayflower and people coming over from England. Listen, the Spanish got here quite significant amount of time before the colonials did. And Florida is the oldest settlement in the U.S. besides native settlements. But I think St. Augustine and then this area are the oldest. So let's go over here by the casino. Got a really cool new bar right there called Storm Runners Tavern. They always change it to a different place like every 3 years. I don't know why nothing sticks when people try and open up a spot there. But as you can see, this casino, it's all fenced off. But this casino is documented as being a haunted location. Once it opens back up, I think I can contact the city and see if maybe I can get inside, do an investigation, you know, because they used to offer ghost tours at the casino, but it's all closed down still, so we're just waiting for the city to open things back up. But right here behind me, there's a little statue next to the kayak dock, and it's a little cat named Morris. So I think that one's more of an urban legend than anything. But because I've never seen the cat. It would be kind of cool though. It would be really cool to like take my dogs out for a walk down here, and they start pulling on the leash and chasing this cat. Next thing you know, the cat just disappears. Then my dogs are like looking bewildered. They're like, what the? Ghost cat. So there's Gulfport Beach over here. See this place over here? You can't see it. It's dark. Let's see if I can turn this up. Tommy's Tiki. Used to be a lively, bustling place. It's all closed down from the storm. It got wrecked. This whole area was underwater when the hurricane came through. We got hit hard. As you can see, I mean, it's all exposed. Sucks. But here at Gulfport, we are resilient. So we're going to rebuild and do it better. Y'all let me know in the comments what's some good areas for me to go check out. I got a few spots in the works, especially up in Virginia. Been thinking about going to do that sanatorium. We're going to do that. Then there are some lighthouses here I want to check out too, so that'll be on the docket. We're going to walk by here by the casino and do one more ghost tube session and see if anything wants to talk to us. So I'm going to pull out ghost tube real quick. And we're going to let it roll for a few minutes and see what we get. All right, ghost tube is live. Let's go walk over here by the casino.
Turn it on.
Turn it on? It's turned on. It's turned on. You can talk whenever you want. Is there a way I can get behind the casino? Could you let me know? We might be able to walk on the beach, maybe. Let's go see. Maybe not. But might as well try out, huh? Sorry that it's all shaky.
It's impossible.
That's kind of weird. I asked, is there a way to get around? And as I'm walking to find a spot, it says it's impossible. Okay, now let's put that to the test. Let's see if it's actually impossible to get over there. That would be kind of cool, you know?
Kitchen.
Kitchen? Oh my gosh. The ghost is hungry. It does look like the fence keeps going over towards the beach as well. But it looks like I can get behind this fence. Let's check it out.
Camera.
Camera. Yeah, I got a camera in my hand. Now, I think it's closed off. Looks like they got the fence. It goes all the way down in the water. So here's the beach right here. Volleyball net.
Innocent.
Innocent. Yeah. I guess Ghost Tube wasn't lying. It is impossible to get over there. We got a fence all the way around to the water. There's the water right here. So, let's walk back over to the casino. So it doesn't look like there's a way to get around to the backside. Which kind of stinks, but it's all good. Ghost Tube might have been on point there. It said it was impossible.
Come closer.
It just said, come closer. All right, well, am I walking closer to you or what? Y'all don't know how challenging it is to hold this camera straight out, film yourself, while you got Ghost Tube in this hand and you want to turn the camera back that way. Well, watch this move. You ready? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's windy. All right, so let's do it right here. I'm going to block this wind with putting my back to the wind. Oh, that sounded kind of stupid. I'm going to block this wind by putting my back to the wind. So, I don't typically like the Ghost Tube, but that was kind of cool. When I was like, hey, is there a way to get to the casino? And it said, it's impossible. So, you gotta think of all the chances that it could have said that word combination. Pretty strange. You have any parting words to tell us before we leave? Can you give us a name? I'm Jared. I live down here in Gulfport. I think GhostTube, they have a new app out too called EVP. From what I saw, it looked pretty cool, but it had a DR60 setting, which I understand why they did that because it's so popular, but I think you got to pay for it. All right, well, we're going to ride out. Maybe we'll come back down here tomorrow night, see if we can talk to you. What do y'all think? Maybe come back out here tomorrow? All right. All right, guys, I'm going to end this video. I love you guys. Look forward to some bigger investigations coming up in the future. Virginia. Maybe you're going to check out Georgia. Maybe do some Savannah. He just said axe. And on that note, I'm turning this dang thing off. I love you guys, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.